Something's a little bit different with my timer, right? That is because I haven't really done much to it. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit under the weather. I was actually in the midst, there you go, of fixing this. The thing about what is going on today in this beautiful Friday in Seattle is my guys who are doing something to my balcony is redoing the balcony, I guess. So you hear a lot of noises and the light source is a little bit off right now. So I literally have to take a bed sheet to cover my window because it is extremely bright, which is very rare for the winter in Seattle. Okay. If we're meeting for the first time, hello everybody. My name is Holly Lee. I'm a career coach. I live stream weekly to answer all of your questions, including reviewing your LinkedIn profile and your stories. I call them mark and reverse interview, even though I can't hear you, but you can hear me, right? It is a one-way street. It's all about you. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to tell me that you are new and put a giant Q in front of any questions you have for me. I will answer them all. Now, I do have an announcement for you guys. It's good things, I promise. You know how I've been live streaming for the last, well, since 2020 for that matter. I haven't really stopped live streaming, but lately, in the last 6 months or so, I've mentioned this previously that I've been feeling a little bit burned out. Actually, a lot longer than 6 months ago. Live streaming twice a week has taken a toll on my little family of two because winter in Seattle actually lasts a lot longer. Just because I'm saying this doesn't mean that you should not move to Seattle, okay? I love Seattle, but we're both going through the winter cold. And when my 4-year-old gets sick, eventually I will get sick too. So that's why you've been hearing me getting sick a lot lately. So rather than keep on canceling the Friday session, because for those who know anything about cold or flu or winter flu or allergy, morning is the worst. So it is not working for us at the moment. I will keep the Tuesday stream at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Excuse me. I just have to show up today to tell you all of this, right? And to answer your question. I don't like being committed to something and having to cancel anything at all and having to cancel it multiple times. That's just not how I work. So from now on and moving forward, we will always have the Tuesday stream at 12:30 p.m. And I put a toll out there in my community tab on YouTube. And I'm listening to what everyone is telling me on LinkedIn as well. It seems like the afternoon on Tuesday worked with a lot of the people. My analytics is telling me the same thing. So I wanted to invest the time of where a lot of my viewers or my members, especially the paid membership, are. Okay. Another thing I will do differently is that the first 15 minutes of every stream will be free to comment. You're more than welcome to watch, but the rest will be prioritized and is for member mode for the community. Okay. You can tell my voice is squeaking away. Aside from that, I miss you all this week and I'm excited to answer all of your questions. 2022 will be a fantastic year because I'm working on a lot of new things for my channel. That's another reason why a girl cannot no longer live stream twice a week. If you are feeling me, if you are listening to me, if what I just said makes sense to you, please hit the smash like button right now. A lot of the things that we share on my channel, it's on member only playlists. Okay. But this is also allowing me, guys, to do more wonderful things for you, to continue pumping out, excuse me, short content for you. And let's just say that you land a job at your dream company, such as Amazon or Google, whatever employer of your choice. Now, what are you going to do? I know I have a playlist on onboarding and the Amazon culture, so on and so forth, because that's what all of you guys care about. But I also wanted to put out content on how to get settled in your first 30 days. How do you get internal promotion? How do you find a mentor for that matter, right? Yesterday, I interviewed a former VIP coaching client of mine. Oh my God, I hope I fixed this. Nope, I did not fix this. You see that? So this is why I need to live stream once a week. So I actually have time to fix something like this, which, hang on guys, it's bugging me. I promise you. I promise you. There you go. So I can have time to make things pretty for you. My VIP coaching, I've actually interviewed a former member. He's an L6 product manager who have interviewed for TPM, technical program managers, other roles before prior to joining my VIP coaching, and have failed multiple times. But within a month, he was able to land an offer on Amazon. So he actually did a video endorsement, which I will share probably sometime either end of today or over the weekend, so you can kind of view to learn more about the interview process and what does it take to land a level 6 product manager offer at Amazon specifically. Okay. Alrighty. With that said, let's go to Q&A talking about VIP member. Thank you for being here, Yeslyn. You see that? I pay attention a lot of, just who's showing up and for me to dedicate knowing where to spend my time. And I've realized that a lot of the folks could make it around their lunchtime. Sorry, guys. Ashton, hello. Fawaz, hello, Fawaz. Okay. Member mode. It is on. Okay. Whomever to drop your questions, I will answer them all here. Oh, good evening to you, Mafika. Where are you from, Mafika? I don't think we've met before. Ashjan says, I'm so excited for this live. It's my first time in here. I was watching your video to get ready for my interview, and lucky today she had a session. Ready to learn from one and the only Holly. You are so funny. Thank you. Drop all of your questions and let me know. I'll do the best that I can because I'm still under the weather, as you can hear it. But remember, guys, moving forward, it will be Tuesday afternoon at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know, I'm sorry, it's not going to work for everyone. As obsessed as I am, I realize that there's no way for me to meet the time zone of my wide audience, which is very international right now. Okay? Let me know your questions and I will answer them all for you, Ashan. Good morning, Yeslin. Purple Sparkle, how are you, Purple? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. I also got a new mug today. You guys like this? I've been looking, I know it sounds really silly. I've been looking for the right mug so that when I work or edit my YouTube video or live stream for you guys, I can just grab and go or go anywhere. I'm dropping off my kid running errand. This is like the best mug I have ever owned from Life is Good. If you're a coffee drinker like I am, it's all about the mug. Can we surprise Holly with matching like to guess? Matching like to guess. Rochelle. Yes, Rochelle. Hello. How are you? Really nice photo. Been loving your content. I interviewed on November 9th, which is next week. And Ashan says, Ohio. I love Ohio. I love Columbus, Ohio. I used to support Zulily, which is another online retail company, but more so focusing on women or moms specifically. And I used to lead all of the recruiting for the FC or fulfillment, actually tech and everything. So I missed the time that I used to travel to Columbus, Ohio pretty often to help them continue building and scaling their fulfillment center. And I also had a recruiting team that was reporting to me at the time. Love your food in Ohio. Let's just be honest, your beer and your food. Anna, hello, Anna. How are you? Insana, how do you prepare for an interview for a work-based learning program for data center technician by Amazon? Well, my friend, it really doesn't matter what position you are preparing an interview for. I've actually had these questions with one of my executive from one of the FAANG company who's interviewing at Google right now. FAANG to FAANG, right? The funny thing was, that person previously was working with another career coach, and he said, Holly, the difference, the similarity between you and another career coach, the type of questions can be very similar, but you go so in depth in peeling onions to help me articulate and create my story. So that's a major difference. The reason why I shared that story with you is because it was literally happening this week. And number two, you need your story. It doesn't really matter who you're interviewing for, what position you're interviewing for. At the end of the day, even if they're asking you questions that are behavioral or technician or technical questions related, you still have to be very concise to the point. And I highly recommend you do it under 1 minute. I've coached all of my VIP coaching cohort to do it within 30 to 45 seconds. I think I'm going to rebrand myself to the 30-second coach. 30-second coach. Yeah. Something like that. Okay. Because if you don't get to the point and make sense within less than a minute, you will lose your audience. Sure, prior to the pandemic, you probably could get away with a minute or maybe a little bit longer. But as I'm talking to you right now, if what I'm saying doesn't make sense to you within the first 10 seconds, you are going to peace out. Yeah? You know I'm right. So you need to really know your background extremely well. If I have to give you all my honest, the best practices, a pro tip, however you want to call it, first, before you even create your story and prep for your interview, I want you to take a look at your branding. Take a look at your resume. Does that make sense to you? Does it align with the role that you're interviewing for? If it doesn't, just stop because you're not going to be able to create your story. It'll be all over the place. That's what I teach in my VIP coaching. Okay. The second thing is now that you have the right brand, let's move to storytelling. When you move to storytelling, before you even write your story, you need to think about what you want to write about before you write it, right? So a lot of people miss all of this key important stuff. Even career coaches, there's some amazing coaches out there, but I just haven't met one who really go deep into your entire background. That is why if I have to describe myself, I would be very structured. Being structured is a good thing. I learned to be more structured during my time at Amazon, and I was there for 6 or 7 years. It's been so long, I can't remember or do the math. But in the environment, train you to be structured. No one tells me to be structured. You just have to because you're moving so fast. You have to be most efficient, most effective, and make sense. That's why the environment and the culture is pretty structured. I know. I'm like pounding my coffee because I haven't had any coffee this morning. I hope that makes sense to you, Insana. If I were you, I would watch every single video on my YouTube channel that has to do with Amazon. That's not a whole lot, by the way. There isn't. For the 4,000 people plus, I was actually going to make a win for September, but as I don't really have the bandwidth to today, falling under with the weather. I was going to showcase of all the names who have landed a job offer for free. Yes, yes, guys. Every single week, even so, still at the bare minimum, there's 10 people every single week. You guys do the math. A month has 4 weeks, yeah? So 40 people a month for free at least. And these are people who reach out to me via LinkedIn, on my personal email, and also right on my YouTube channel, and also coming into the live stream to tell me that they've landed job offers. Okay. So that is the beauty of the content. I'm not telling you, hey, look at the 16 leadership principle. I'm actually telling you, stop, wait, look at these questions. Here's an example. Let me hold your hand. Let me hold your hand, guys. Let me walk you through and how to answer them. And by the way, here's an example that you could just print screen right there. Okay. Which I'm pretty sure a lot of other creators are copying exactly what I'm doing, but that's okay. If I don't share the real meat with you guys, the real content and how to create your stories and how to ace your interview, you're never going to get that Amazon offer. Amazon, it's very particular in the type of people they hire, which is you got to think mentally very fast. Which is why if you're sitting back and you're looking at 50 to 100 questions and try to create 50 different stories, you're going to get lost. You are going to be exhausted. You will quit before you even try. I know because I work with a lot of people, okay? And I just know how Amazon works very well. Alrighty. Tom from Tokyo. What time is it from Tokyo? Computer, what time is it in Tokyo? In Tokyo, it's 1:48 a.m. Wow, it's 1:48 a.m. That is crazy. So if I were to do it at 12, so 9, 10, 11, 12, that would be like 4 something in the morning for you. My Asia Pacific folks, I have a lot of audience from Tokyo, from Singapore, from China, from India. I'm really sorry. I hate doing this. I wish I could have an evening live stream. Um, I would love to. I'm a night owl. I'm a night person. In fact, I'm up until 3 a.m. in the morning easily. 3 to 5 almost every single day, including the weekends, because my brain, for some reason, will not shut down. It will not let me sleep. I should just be a vampire and sleep during the day and work throughout the odd hours when no one's awake and hang out with my Asia Pacific audience. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But in a serious note, eventually I would love to have an evening stream. It's really hard for me to stay consistent, and consistent is key. So you guys know that I'm showing up at the right time and the right day for you, right? So that's what I'm struggling right now, being a single parent. Sanjin, hello, Sanjin. How are you? I am. I'm tired every Friday morning. But I've canceled on Tuesday because my son was really under the weather, and I've decided to be a good mom and give him my full undivided attention. I just cannot. I cannot cancel 2 live stream a week, which is why I have to pick one and make sure that I'm showing up for that one every single time. Okay? If I can't show up, I'm gonna have my 4-year-old stream for you guys. He's being trained to be a YouTuber. I'm not kidding, he is. Hello, SS. How are you? Vanish? Hi, Vanish. Oh, you just got an offer for an internship at Amazon thanks to your live stream. Yay! Good for you. You see that, people? You could be an intern, a senior individual contributor, or a director. It doesn't matter what position title. Listen to the word that's coming out of my mouth. It does not matter because Vanish just followed every single one of my step for free and he landed an offer. I have so many level 6, even level 7. Level 7 guys, solution architect, who message me, even senior managers of marketing or program manager, engineering, you name it, for free. Can someone please say for free? It is all there, okay? You guys, you got to have a tremendous amount of patience, and you need to be good to yourself. Don't rush it through. Only you know that you're ready for the interview by listening to yourself when you practice. Yeah? So, Vanish, even though you land an offer, congratulations, by the way. Make sure we are connected on LinkedIn, okay? When we are, I can't talk, Lloyd. I will add you to my private Facebook group, and there's about 90% Amazonian. So you all can see that I'm not messing around. There's a lot of people who land an offer, and the ones who get invited, their LinkedIn profile's title is with the employer Amazon. And that's how I know that they are real, and you know that I'm real, okay? I always try to be very cautious where I don't have the milk mustache right here. Alrighty. Boil and drink. Oh, lemon and ginger. Yes, yes. Yes, Lynn. I actually have the lemon, it's called lemon tea. It has lemon and honey tea with a big jar from Costco. That's been helping pretty well. But yes, I love ginger. Ooh, ginger and fruit. Add some fruit in there and honey. That's a really good tip, Yeslin. Hello, Mario. How are you, Mario? Mario, remind me again, where are you from in the world? And are you able to make it to the Tuesday stream? Here's the thing, guys. There are a lot of loyal followers that's been with me who's also my paid YouTube member. It will break my heart if I make one small changes and they disappeared or I've lost them. So let me know if you can make it. But if things are working out, let's just say if my child falls asleep at 9 p.m., you better bet I'd be live streaming around that time. I just can't really schedule it in advance because I don't, just like in the workplace, right? You don't want to schedule a meeting and have to reschedule a meeting or cancel the meeting. It's just not showing up very well. Anna, hi Anna. Holly, I received another phone interviewed invitation in 10 days. Amazon senior program manager after 3 times fail. Yes, Anna. You guys hear what Anna is saying here? Yes, you can interview for the same position. But before you take on another interview, you need to really make sure you bridge the gap. Bridge the gap meaning figure out why you failed the first time. It's your story. Let's just get to the point. It is your story, okay? Um, can I ask the team member or hiring manager some project related question? Of course you can. Your job is to make sure you ask a lot of questions to learn about the scope of the work, the project, what your day to day is as a senior PM for Amazon. Because guys, ladies, and gentlemen, working at Amazon, it's like working at Amazon and wearing 10 different hats. You are never. I just interviewed a former VIP coaching who's a senior product manager. I've mentioned to you guys about 10 minutes ago. He's been at Amazon for nearly a year now. And I asked him, I said, by the way, you've been there for 10 months. What I said to you, is that right? And he says, oh my God, Holly, that is so right. I felt like I'm not just a product manager. I feel like I'm a technical program manager. I'm a TAM sometime and I'm doing so much and I'm just moving all over the places. Yes, that's Amazon. That is why when you've got Amazon on your resume and you've survived at Amazon for a while, any employer is falling off their chair to hire you because they know Amazonian in general works really hard. They think very fast. They innovate at speed. They fall down and hit their head. They just get up and keep on going. Okay. And I guess a lot of that mentality, it's not because your manager have mentor or coach you that way at Amazon or someone told you to do it, because you're just kind of being adapted to that environment. Okay. This is what I mean. And you take that learning, it's not just for your workplace, it's also your personal growth as well in how you manage your personal life, right? Um I don't want to use the word being very structured. You don't exactly want to be very structured in your personal life. Maybe you do. I'm not really sure about that. But just being very efficient, being very effective, right? In your personal life as well, just learning the whole process and how Amazon work. It does, for me specifically, it does improve how I am. Like when I pump content, if you look at my playlist, every single thing is being planned in advance. And then I have to listen to the market. What is the market's telling me? Which is why, guys, there's a lot of great content that's coming up. I will have a playlist that says Amazon Amazon interview process, how to engage the recruiter. Just in general, I want you to do me a big favor, guys and gals. I want you to listen to the content. Is not just for Amazon, it's for any employer. How to prepare for the phone interview, how to talk to the hiring managers. I'm talking about the entire playlist. Also, how do you pass the final loop or the virtual interview? A lot of the companies are virtual now, by the way, even startup. I've had clients where every literally 4 recruiters reach out to them and it's all remote 100%. Okay? So, and one of the things you'll be asking is the salary. A lot of people ask me questions that are already in the playlist that I have created for you. It takes me about 2 years. I've been a content creator for full 2 years, pumping content for you, and I want you to watch them. Seek to understand before you ask. Parker, you okay? Love you. Love you, handsome. Okay. Parker, you okay? Okay. Mama almost done, okay? The poor kid's having major allergies, and that's why he is home with me. Alrighty. Anna says already had a call with the recruiter to clarify some question as the first interviewer will be a team member. Can I ask this team member or hiring manager some project? Oh, yes, I've answered that. Mafika says, I'm new here. Hello, Mafika. Welcome. I've been interviewed for the TAM. Funny, I just mentioned the TAM role. TAM is Technical Account Manager, by the way. Is the first interview screening, then the second one is a panel? Well, it really depends. If you do a good job and pass the first phone interview, you will move to the final loop or the virtual interview. Okay, however you want to on-site interviewed. But if you don't do well or they're lacking answer in diving deep to learn more about your background, then you will have a second phone screen, sometime even a third phone screen. But the goal is to have one phone screen. Okay. Hi, Satya. How are you, Satya? Range Rover. Range Rover. Ooh, nice car. How are you? Just wanted to ask how long should I wait for Amazon to come back after completing the on site interview? Amazon has the 2 and 5 promise. What that means is that when you're in the process with them, every 2 business days, you should hear back from the recruiter. And every within, not every, within 5 business days after you're on site, they should be able to make a decision and you should absolutely hear back from them. So if I were you, if you don't hear back from the recruiter after an on-site, follow up with them every 2 business days. Nathan, hello Nathan. You just received an offer. Hell yes. Yes. Congratulations to our friend Nathan, Senior Business Analyst. Thank you so much for your videos. I took all your advice to heart. It really made a positive difference. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Make sure that you remind me if I haven't already so I could invite you to my private group. Tom, I take the top final loop soon. Your videos have been extremely helpful. Fingers crossed for you, Tom. Kevin, good morning, Kevin. Fawaz says, what does Amazon require in an operation manager? Oh, I love ops. I mean, beyond the LinkedIn description, what is really makes them say this is it? Well, it's in your story. When you guys have to understand operation doesn't mean that you need to come from a fulfillment center or a full-blown operation. Operation could be vendor management, that your ability in partnering with third-party logistics, right? Do you have exposure to global in a global scale? For example, at Amazon, if you're in ops, generally, I don't know any ops that doesn't travel at all. You will go to China a lot because they do a lot of the stuff in partnering with, I can't talk, I still can talk about it, I guess. They do a lot of their stuff and partner very closely in Asia, right? Do you have experience like that? Maybe not China, but do you have experience traveling in another place? East Europe, whatever that may be. They're looking for experiences, but not exactly to the T of like the physical geography or the scope of the role, the scope or scale, the scale of the role, but you don't have to have being experienced in building the entire operation center, for example, right? But rather than that, what else do you have that's relevant? So as you're creating your story, I would start by putting in 2 or 3. Let's just say you're lost, you're confused, you don't know. You have too many story and you have no story at all. Okay. If you have too many story, that's a good problem to have. I would start with 3. Do everything you have, put it all out and choose your best 2. Drop the number 3. Okay. If you look at your story, you look at the ROI, what is your impact? Your biggest impact should be your strongest story. Yeah. Right. So you need to follow all the questions that's already in my questions and answers playlist and follow the template. Okay? So that is the biggest advice I have for you. But if you're stuck and don't know how to create your story, then you should probably cancel your interview and re-engage the recruiter when you're ready. Because it does take about 2 months, 3 months to get ready for an Amazon interview specifically, because they do drill down and make sure that you say who you are. It's funny. You guys have to watch the video endorsement that I will be putting out very soon. The upcoming upload will be that video, okay? Where my former VIP member Amazonia and I were talking about, that time. Remember that time when we had program manager and solution architect who basically fake it until they make it in my VIP cohort, and I call them out right away because it's very easy. When I review your story, I know if that is you or that is not you. Okay. For example, if you don't have any experience in operation program managers, if your experiences has nothing to do with operational, the definition of that is How do you really build and scale improvement of a workplace or a business and services? It doesn't have to be like a physical FC as mentioned earlier. Okay. What type of operation do you have? The program management piece is your ability to collaborate, cascade your communications, and influencing a large group of audience. In this case, your internal and or external customers. Okay, if you don't have any of that, then that's how someone like me will know that you don't have the experience. Great questions for what? My thought process is spinning in circle right now because I can feel it coming. I can feel my head pounding. Mario, can you please review my story of the most innovative thing? Certainly, my friend. Um, this is really bugging me. Hang on, guys. You all know how I feel. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, situation. I was a project director responsible for construction management division of a real estate consultancy providing services for corporate customers. Okay, you can do that. I would be even more specific. What type of corporate customers? Are they finance? Are they technologies? What are they? If you can, that would be great. You don't have to. I had to grow my team and was not receiving suitable candidates for the position I was in opening. Okay, this sounds more relevant than how do you build and scale your team or a lot of other questions. I got I got agreement with HR to revise the recruitment process by rewriting job description and creating technical tests to raise the bar on short lists of candidates. The rate of the eliminated candidates on the final interview stage reduced 50%. I managed to find the professional I need for those improvement in recruitment. This is not a good example for the most innovative thing that you've done. Listen, the most innovative thing has to do with your work. Are you in recruiting? If you are in recruiting and if you are a recruiting manager, then yes, this is relevant. If you're not in the recruiting industry, no, do not give this example. This is a questions of um, tell me a time of how you build your team or insist on higher standard, for example, right? How do you hire your best people? This is a great story for it, but the most innovative thing is if they're interviewing 1,000 people for the same job. Think about that, okay? When you guys are carving your story, when just carve your story like it is, and then review your story. Do I stand out among the 1,000 people that they're interviewing right now? Okay, if your answer is no, then it is no. Mario, take a look at the most innovative thing that I have ever done. It's it comes with a template as well. Sorry guys. By the way, it's right here. Okay? That is the template of the most innovative thing that I've done. Just go to start download on my business page, hollylee.co. It's absolutely free. Free, okay? You just have to give me your email address so that when I have live streaming or anything that is coming up, you'll receive an email even though I haven't even done a good job in that department because I've been so busy. But it is absolutely free. You just have to follow that template to a T. Okay? Hope that answers your question, Mario. Let me know if that makes sense. It's a great story, but not for this question. Um, Rochelle says, Rochelle or Rachel? I want to say Rachel. Sorry, I think it's Rachel. I'm interviewing for a position at AWS non technical level 7. I've been studying AWS to prepare. What is the general expectation of how much technical I should know? Well, if you could be more specific to me, when you say non technical level 7 and you're asking about technical you should know, what role are we interviewing for? Okay? Let me know the role. If you're going to interview for AWS and the org or the team you're interviewing for, it is to your best benefit to know about the technical environment. For example, you don't have to have experience building cloud infrastructure, right? But you need to know what that is. You need to know what is data center. How does data center operate, right? So without knowing more about the position you're interviewing for, I'm being extremely vague right now. Amit, hello Amit. I've been watching your video lately and I'm proud to say, oh, you also got an offer. Yes, 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 yes. Congratulations to you, sir. You're welcome. Best of luck to you day one. Make sure you reach out to me on LinkedIn, okay, Amit? Let's go with Ajan. Ajan says, I got promoted for L3 at Amazon. I've been here for a year. Amazonian in the house. Say hello. I'm a and you're a full-time student. Wow. Majoring in marketing. I loved it here. Watching your video is making me continue until I get to L6 and 7. Yay! Makes me so happy and so proud. You see why I have to show up looking like this? Looking like crap, actually. For you guys, because I don't even care what I look like. I'm so jazzed when I talk to people like you guys, right? If I have the perfect world in the world, that would be the job that I have right now, which is eat, sleep, coach. Forget about star. It's eat, sleep, coach. Okay. We got quite a few Amazonian in the house, and Elizabeth is also here with us today as a program manager. Okay. This is a community, guys. The more you show up, you're not just showing up to support my work, but you're showing up because I don't let you get out of here until I answer all of your questions. Okay. And for those of you who showed up a little bit later, starting next week, I will only keep the Tuesday 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard stream. Excuse me. And I would update everything on my LinkedIn. So all of the upcoming link, it's on my YouTube page with the date and time with the thumbnail, meaning the photo, okay? Where you can't go wrong. All right? So make sure you show up to both of that. I'm so excited for you. Sticking around until you get to 6 and 7. Um, Ashjan, you should take a look at my onboarding. I know it has nothing to do with moving to the next level. Pay attention to my onboarding video where like the first 30, 60, 90 days, mentally, that's how fast you have to move. When you do a good job at Amazon, you don't have to tell people. You don't need to tell them. Your communication skill, your ability to adapt, your ability to innovate, it's very obvious to your peer set, and also your manager. How you're going to get promoted is what other people say about your work. Okay? It's not what you say to them, it's what they're seeing. It's all about results at Amazon. When you got no result, you're not going anywhere. Okay? Amazon is unlike any other company where, so and so needs to like you. You need to go grab a drink with this person and you need to make friends. No, no. In fact, I wish that Amazon focused more on friendship because, but they're so busy building things and launching things so often and moving so fast. They don't have time to do that. But it is a culture that it's very individualized, meaning that it all starts with leadership, right? Because when I was at Amazon, I make an effort in having happy hour with my team at least once a month. Even at the time when we were extremely busy, once a month we would have potluck. We used to have a lot of potluck where, you know, we will make our best meal because we have to make dinner for our family anyway, and we'll just bring it to work. We would literally work while we eat and socialize with each other. So I think the culture dictates from top down, right? Um, how the leader wanted to operate. So if you work with someone who's extreme A type and only care about delivery and so obsessed, then that's probably the type of culture and employee that they hire for that team. For my team, at the time, my team was extremely diverse. There is not any type of diversity that isn't on my team, right? Somebody just gave me a thumbs down because they didn't like what I said about leadership and being too A type. Hey, if this is not for you, feel free to leave. No one is holding you back, my friend, okay? So, this is what I mean. The culture really dictates from top down. The company is only as good as it is based on the leadership they hired. You know I'm right. It's not the people. The people listen to leaders, right? It's all about the leadership. I hope that answers your question. I'm so happy for you, Ashjan. Thank you for coming back and being here and believing in me. He says, at the age of 20 and knowing all this at the time, start working and progressing is just a blessing. You are amazing in what you do. Thank you so much and looking forward to working with you. That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. I'm just really I'm happy. It makes me feel like my job is so worthy because I'm actually impacting and being able to influence other people. That's it. That's why I'm doing this. And by the way, having the YouTube channel is a hobby. This, it's really just a hobby for me. And when you hit the join button and become my paid membership, you're not exactly paying me, you're supporting the growth of my YouTube channel. That is the live streaming stuff, everything you see in the background, just to keep the stream going. It's for you guys, okay? And that's what that is for. Thank you so much for being here. For level 3 at Amazon, even though you are in more of a junior position and you're trying to get to mid level and senior, the bar, it's really the same thing. For level 3 and 4, that is a time where you are going to ask, they want to see you, I should say, they want to see you ask very intelligent questions. Okay? You have to ask very strong questions, seek to understand. Remember what I said, seek to understand. Even at level 3, Amazon is not the environment where you ask questions before you try to figure it out, right? I know some of the level 3 blow my mind, and where I'm like, wow, you're so smart. How are you a 3? Shouldn't you be a 5 at least, right? That's Amazon. If you're a 3 at Amazon, you're probably at least mid level or senior in different companies because they do expect a lot out of you. That is a time where, in time, you're going to be delivering something, achieving a lot of things, maybe with a mentor. Okay, that's a level 3. But you wanted to show a lot of bias for action, meaning being able to take projects, being able to seek processes or programs, things that you need to make improvement on. I highly advise you to do that. Okay. Um, when you do that, that's how you're going to get noticed, and that's how other people will know your work, and that it's how you will go from 3 to 4. Wink, wink. Okay. Projects. Think about them. Project. I know there's a few Amazonian in here as well. I'm winking at you. I'm thinking about you. Brazil. What time is it in Brazil, Mario? I hope you can make it to my afternoon on Tuesday because the Friday session will go away after today, okay? Kathy, my favorite executive. How are you, Kathy? Kathy, one of my former, I'm sorry, I'm not crying, guys. I'm not crying, Kathy, I promise. It's the allergy. One of my former VIP, her and I were just having a conversation yesterday, and she says, Holly, it seems like when I interview, I'm getting a lot of job offers right now, and everything is remote because about a year and a half ago or so, literally around the pandemic time in 2020, my client was getting laid off left and right, right? Because of the market. But even during that time, she was able to manage somehow to work remote, and somehow the organization is paying for her to travel to cool places, to build. I don't want to say too much because I want to protect my client's privacy. um Long story short, she's a technical professionals, but the fact that going from not being able to land any interview at all, at all, period. And I know you're watching. You tell me you're watching, and you're here every single week. Thank you. But the fact that she went from nothing to now, even when she's getting laid off, by the way, she's getting laid off, and her company is giving her a couple months to find another job, and she already has two jobs. That's crazy, right? And she went from being in a support role to being a senior position in doing exactly what she wanted to do. Now she is in her job scope and scale, responsibility, and the level she is because she was getting laid off a year and a half ago. You see that, guys? Sometimes when the door shuts, I'm not saying this to sound cliche here. Think of it as an open opportunity for you to unleash yourself and learn something different, a different skills, a different environment that you really wanted to be in. Okay? I've had VIP members who were affected by the pandemic who's been for the same company for nearly 20 years. That's very common, by the way. And of course, you're frantic. You haven't interviewed for so long. You don't even know how to put a resume together, right? And And you don't even have to be in your employer with your employer for that long to feel this way. When we are being told that a role is eliminated or things are not working out, just look at it as a blessing. Okay? Listen, whatever bad things that's happening to you, it has already happened to you. So what else is going to happen to you? Okay? Just look at other opportunities because the market is so hot right now, guys. Q4 is a time where people, meaning employers, are finalizing the budget. By now, we're in November. The budget should already be finalized. Okay? Two things. The first thing is there's going to be positions that they haven't filled yet because of the pipeline or the talent pool. They want to take their time. There are a lot of company who is, okay? So there are positions they need to fill right away, and there are positions they're trying to fill for 2022. You see where I'm going? So the market is so high. Don't sit back. I know it's easy said to be done, but I went through the exact same thing as all of you guys when I started my own business, when I've got no one to even watch my live stream. And here I am now with all of you amazing people, okay? You have to start somewhere. And showing up to these live session that I have, that's why do you think I did it twice a week for so long? I did twice a week for a year and a half, okay? For you guys. So, in theory, you just have to keep on moving and don't stop. Anna, I didn't make my questions clear. Can I ask this team member or hiring manager some project related question before the interview? If I ask before the interview, maybe no questions to ask during the interview. Anna, if you are my pay YouTube member, you just have to go to the community tab and there's a template there to give you examples of peers, bar racer, hiring managers, questions to ask the interviewer. Okay? That would at least intrigue your mind a little bit so you can come up with your own question. You can ask a lot of questions. You don't ask the hiring managers before the interview, you ask the recruiter. They won't give you the time until during the interview with the actual interviewer, if that makes sense. Okay, Anna? And you never told me what position you're interviewing for. Snable! Hello, Snable. I have a loop with Google. Yes, hallelujah. We have a Google interview in the house. By the way, guys, I spent a couple years at Google. I helped Google hire all of the test organization, which is software engineering and tests, or some might call it STET, software engineering, technical program engineering. I also helped them build their. I hired the first hardware mobile engineer data center, so I'm very, very experienced with the Google interview process as well. It's just that a lot of you guys only care about Amazon, and I care to answer what you care about. Okay, I will be asked about a large scale project I worked on. According to the recruiter, I don't have such example. What can I say? Of course, you have an example. If you don't have the example, first of all, Snable, every single one of my customer tells me they don't know if they have the example. You do have the example, okay? Large scale project is, think about when you think large scale, just start writing everything down. What is the biggest thing that you've ever impacted and work backward? Start from there. Okay? Put 3 down, not 1, put 3 and then reevaluate them. Do not tell yourself you don't have experience if the employer, especially Google, are extremely picky with resume. Okay? If you don't have that experience, they won't be calling you for a potential candidate for that role that you're interviewing for, right? So I would start backward with that. And if you need extra help, then the VIP may be a good time for you because it's really dragging every single story out of you. All of my member that came to me generally has anywhere between roughly their senior level, anywhere between 10 to even 30 years of industry experience. And even the ones who are at FAANG company, if you miss the live stream, the first half an hour, Snable, even an executive in the FAANG company, no names, are struggling with the same thing, right? If I were to say, tell me about the most innovative thing you've done at large scale, and it takes them literally about 15 minutes to get there. And by then, mentally I had already moved on and I just can't hear everything that they're telling me. Okay? So work backward, starting with your highest achievement, 3 example if you're stuck, okay? Three example, the reason why I say three is that you want options to pick the best one. You do have example. I have every confidence in you, Snable. Sylvia! There's a lot of VIP member in the house. Can you recognize them, Sylvia? Okay, sorry, guys. I know I'm trying to breathe here. I'm so happy to be part of your VIP program. More confident I will pass future interview. Just want to say thanks. Aw, really lovely to have you. By the way, the VIP cohort, 100% of my members all are my YouTube subscriber. Thank you for being there. Jinkai? Jinkai, is it okay to give answers that are unrelated to the position? No. I'm applying for a new grad position for STE. If you are a new grad for STE, I've helped so many STE get a job before. As mentioned, when the pandemic hit, my heart was pouring out. Okay. I used to do a lot of pro bono work. Pro bono meaning offering voluntarily or free service for those who can't afford me, who are students or students who are going through a visa from Asia. There's so many of them. It was overwhelming for me at that time. And I teach them the same way that I'm teaching you guys, okay? Don't give them example that's irrelevant to the role. For example, if you are a student, even when thinking back about the project that you were putting together for STE, think about technical project. Did you build an application? What was the result of the application? How did you build the app? Right? Assuming that you're building app or e-commerce site, great. Did you build an e-commerce site? What site did you build? What product or services did you build that's relevant to the workplace? Amazon already know you don't have experience, right? This is for all companies, by the way, and not just Amazon. How are you able to do it? They wanted to see if you're smart enough to figure it out. Did you actually put something together that works? Because the interns or new grad that landed full-time position at Google, Facebook, Apple, and Amazon, by the way, and they get multiple offer, are the one that says, well, this is what I do. I build devices to help healthcare physicians, doctors, figure out and track cancers with their patient. I'm like, holy cow, what did you just say to me? Yes, that is relevant. So stop. Let's work backward. Tell me, where did you get this idea? How did you even know what to build? How do you know what language to use? By the way, did you do this yourself? No, I actually led a team. My other students, my student friends of 12 people. Great, you led this team. How did you lead the team? What was your responsibility? Okay, how did you guys leverage each other and collaborate and build this out? What happened to this software now that you and the team have built? I'm like, wow, really? You've done all of that? You see where I'm going? You don't need to have industry experience. You can use your academic background, but it has to be related to the technology that the role that you're getting to. For example, if you're coding in Java for Amazon, or C++ plus plus or C, however you want. If you're a system software engineer, there's systems and there's software, hardware, and system at Amazon, right? Assuming that you are a Java developer, okay? Let's just say you're building products or building services for Amazon. The example you're using cannot be uh, C, okay? Just use Python or use Java. Does that make sense? If I'm making sense to you, please say yes. Can you guys tell how excited I am when I talk about engineering? Because I actually got my computer science degree. I'm actually CCNA hardware certified. I started my career the first 10 years in hardware before way going to the software space. You know the fact, once you go hardware, you can't go back to software. That is true, because I love gadget. I love taking it apart. I love how the motherboard, thinking about hardware chips and all that. I love seeing how everything integrate and everything work, which is why my last project, where I was the recruiting leader for Facebook Oculus AR, now they call themselves Metaverse, which is brilliant, right? It is Metaverse. Everything they do is on virtual reality. That's why I've joined, because I'm a sucker when it comes to gadget. Now I'm a sucker for you guys, helping you land your dream job. Parker is a star. DJ, I'm gonna call you DJ. We all know who you are. DJ. Holly VIP has given me so much confidence. Thank you so much. DJ. DJ, you are a rock star. And you know how I feel about you. I know your story in back of my mind right here. So when you come to me with your questions, even though when you tell me you don't have something, I know you have it. It's right there. I feel like after working with my members for, I would say a week, a couple of weeks or so, where the cool thing is if they're stuck in the middle of mock interview, I know everything about their background. My brain works so weird where I am attracted to data. I'm so data driven. If I read something once, it goes into my head. It is so weird. Okay? This is not the skill I want because because of this, it actually costs you of lacking sleep at night because your brain is working so fast. Joseph, hello Joseph. I just signed my offer. Yes! Congratulations, Joseph. Program manager at AWS, your advice helps so much. Listen to Holly, everyone. Her advice will get you the job no matter where you apply. Thank you, Joseph. Can you please remind me? I know I will forget with my head pounding at the moment, so I can invite you to my private group. My private Facebook group are for all of my member who landed a job offer through my coaching, not just any random people, okay? I know that when your position title has changed, it's not just for Amazon, it's for any company, all right? Even though 90% are Amazonian. Good for you. There's been 5 job offers today, guys. You made my day. Penny says I passed a phone interview for an accounting position at Amazon. Number 6 job offer. Oh, okay. Oh, your phone interviewed. Move forward to the virtual loop. Awesome. Accounting questions. When you guys are building story for tech and non-tech, you see how the position you're interviewing with doesn't really matter, right? Because when you're creating your story, let's stuck with the most innovative thing you've ever done. If you're in accounting or in accounting, it better be punching numbers, right? It better be the most difficult problem that you're able to solve in how you're able to create. I don't know anything about accounting, to be honest. I'm assuming ledgers, numbers, how to save your business or your customer, who are your customers, how are you saving them money? Because a job of an accountant is save money and making sure that everything is in order, right? Give me an example like that. Amazon call it working backward, and I'm a huge fan of working backward because of Amazon. Amazon, I'm giving you all the credit because it works. If you don't know how to create your story, just work all the way backward. Backward up. Backward and then upward, okay? A lot of people say they're working backward, but they're not. Amazon, absolutely. Okay. You have to think about your added value and what is the largest amount of dollar you're able to save your customers. When I say customer, don't think about personal accounting customer. Think about either commercial or business customers. Meaning, like for me, like a business owner. Okay, that's what I mean by scope and scale. So it doesn't really sound like you are doing someone's taxes. That's a little bit lower scale. Let me know if that makes sense, Penny. Okay. I'm struggling with breathing. I'm hanging in there for you guys, okay? I can't believe someone just gave me a thumbs up because I was being so honest to tell you guys that a company is just as good as the leader they hire, not the people, the leader, because leadership directs people like you and I, right? So if leadership is falling, then the whole dynamic of the work culture and environment mold around that. A lot of people complain about the Amazon work culture being toxic. Let's be real here, right? But so does Apple. So does other players. So does Tesla, right? It's not just Amazon or a specific environment. It's the people who's building it. There are so many people who love their job at Amazon, and then there are a lot of people who feel like they don't like their manager or their boss. Same thing with other employer as well. Okay, I'm not going to name all of them up, but that's really the reality of it. And every time when I mention leadership or bad leadership, there's a thumbs down on there. That means those are the leaders who's watching right now. Either that or there are other career coaches. This is very, very exciting and entertaining for me. So you're giving me a thumbs down and you're not brave enough to drop your questions for me. Why? Why are you giving me a thumbs down if you're not getting value and not getting your questions? Why are you still watching? That's just the questions, right? Okay, carry on. I'm sorry. I have to do that. I have to do that. I don't understand the way how people think sometime where they think they're right and the other person's wrong, but they don't debate or they don't make a suggestion. Okay? You want to do that. It's called having backbone. Penny, the recruiter asked if I joined a 2-day hiring event. Oh, that's called recruiting bliss, by the way. I love recruiting bliss. Kudos to you. Interview next week, but the time doesn't work for me. I was told we would schedule another time interview instead. Interview bliss is amazing, okay? Penny, let me just put this over here. It sounds over here. Interview bliss is when they're interviewing in volume, okay? That's a smart thing. When I was in the consumer org, I did a lot of interviewing bliss. In fact, all of my hire successfully are from that. Here's why. Because in an interview bliss, all of the hiring team, the people that were hiring you, rather than hiring a one hi. Oh my god, Holly. Come back to earth. Rather than interviewing with 6 people, you're interviewing with 4, okay? And they will debrief to make a final decision. Blah, 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 I can't talk. Decision. Breathe hard. Decision either within the same day or literally the next day. So their schedule. They have to debrief and they have to have feedback. So it's a good thing for you. Also, let me tell you a little bit secret here, okay, Penny? The folks who's doing interviewing bliss, the hiring manager, because they're interviewing so many people, they're pumped. There's a momentum that's going on. They for some reason more likelihood to incline. Amazon's not gonna like me making that comment. That is true, right? They're in an interview mode and they're interviewing. That means everything on their calendar is being canceled. So all they do is focusing on you. And that's what you want. So that's actually a good thing. I would do if I were you, Penny, when you have an interview bliss, I would if I were you, I would rather be in the interview event than to be off of that event and be on traditional because it's not that the bar is higher, it's just that they have more time to evaluate you versus okay, 45 minutes, go, next candidate. Next candidate. I have to write my feedback right now because the debrief is happening at the end of the day. You see where I'm going? So if I were you, I would make this as a priority. Dima, hi Dima. I'm so glad to find you. I'm so glad you are here, Dima. Anna, if you want me to look at your LinkedIn profile, you have to reach out to me in advance because I have to pause the stream and look and search for you on LinkedIn and open a different browser. Okay, it's really hard to do that when I'm live streaming, and not look right at the camera and the comment that's coming in. So if you could do me a favor, Anna, reach out to me and on the subject line, just put LinkedIn profile review, and I will add you into the Tuesday 12:30 p.m. live stream, and I'll be more than happy to review you and everyone else's LinkedIn profile. Even if I have reviewed your profile before, guys, it's good for me to revisit anyway to see if anything has changed. Kathy. Love the experience piece. My relevant is trip to India to present initiative to programmer so that they have opportunity to know and understand I committed to deliver. Yes, Kathy, that is perfect. Now give me the story. Yes. You see that from the moment you start giving me example of global experiences, whomever the interviewer is, their ears will perk up. Because if you're interviewing so many people, eventually everyone's going to sound the same. You got to ask yourself, what example are you pulling out of your pocket that makes you differentiate from everybody else? Right? Um, Kathy, this is another Kathy with a K. Hey, Kathy. I move forward to the virtual final loop in Seattle. All right. My name is bugging me. I'm going to get rid of my name. There you go. Right there. It was mentioned that I need to sign an NDA. Should I expect a lot of technical questions and case study? Well, first of all, Kathy, I don't know what position you are interviewing for, so I can't give you an answer about case study. I'm assuming when you say case study, I'm just thinking about QA engineer or test engineer. Secondly, as long as you interview with any employer, you should sign an NDA. because if physically you're going into an office, you're seeing a lot of things, right? Also, during an interview, the interviewer may slip in what they're working. It has happened. I've seen it happen in all the companies before. The NDA protects the company. Okay, be specific. Let me know what position. When you say SFA, what does that mean? Are we talking about senior finance analyst? I'm not really sure what that means. I mean, Amazon changes so much. It could be a number of things that I don't even know about. And the last time I worked there was about, God, when was it? 3.5 years ago? It's been a while. Tech yourself. Hi, Tech yourself. Tech yourself says, please rest. Please rest, Holly. Please rest. Well, the thing is, I've canceled the Tuesday session, so I have to show up today for you guys. It's uncomfortable for me to cancel the entire week of stream. For those who just joined late, I've mentioned that in an announcement, I want to spend more time into creating short videos for you guys. You notice that I haven't done it at all for over a year because I've been live streaming twice a week. I was so desperate in answering your questions for free and helping you land job. I have abandoned my business and my entire YouTube channel. A creator does not grow their channel until they have pre-recorded video. That is the only way for us to grow. I knew that. I chose not to grow my channel and to live stream because when the live stream is over, no one's going to rewatch it. The new people who doesn't know me, they're not going to watch a 2-hour live stream even though I put timestamp in there for them. So in 2022, a girl has to continue polishing up and doing a makeover for my entire channel, and I would just have more time to do that. Okay. And also when I feel better, when in better health, I will show up better for you guys. Thank you, Purple. Anna, is it a good idea to use PPT? PPT is PowerPoint presentation to present my career path and timeline. Um, Anna, you're the level 7, right? I will not do that. Use, do not present your timeline unless someone asks you. Do not volunteer that. Okay? Do not do that. Present some achievement during Amazon interview. No, they don't want to hear you present things. You just have to answer questions through your stories. That's the Amazon interview style. Unless you are a designer, like a UX UI designer, unless you are a scientist, like a PhD research scientist, those are two of the rare role where you have to make a presentation. But when it comes to things that they can obviously see from your LinkedIn profile or resume, they don't care about your work history and spending the time to go through that. If you guys are new to my channel, I talk so much about the attention span. 8 second, guys. I did not make this up. Is on the statistic in 2020 because in 2019 the attention span is 12%. In 2020, it is 8.25 second. Okay, so you get 8 second before they get bored. That's why you should not make a presentation on anything unless someone asks you to. Okay. Okay. Oh, sales, leadership, training, and coach. If you are a leadership trainer and coach, Rachel, then every single one of your experiences should be tied around how you train, like as a trainer. Okay, your ability to train, your ability to teach. Also, talk about materials and I'll talk about the successes because of your ability to mentor, coach, and train the sales team. What was the ROI? What were you able to help them achieve? And as a trainer, I'm pretty sure this is not just for the sales team. How does that benefit the marketing team? Because marketing and sales work very closely together, right? Anushia, hello, Anushia. I'm having an interview on Monday for a designated digital associate. Let me get some wishes. Put your stories together. Toya Bot just stumbled upon your channel and wish I've known you earlier. I have an interview on Monday for a program manager. Will appreciate your pointers. Every single thing I just say, Toy. Program managers, program management, you better have a lot of example on how you're able um to build programs from beginning to end, okay? And what was your achievement in the middle of doing all of that? You need to know your story, guys. It's all about your stories. When you don't have your example, you're not going to make it through any interviews, not just Amazon. It's Facebook, it's Google, it's Apple, it's Tesla, it's Netflix. Did I say Facebook? I meant Metaverse. It's going to take me a long time to get rid of Facebook and change that to Meta. Oh, it's 2 p.m. now. I'll be there on Tuesday. Great. That's actually going to work better for you. It would be right before dinner for you, Mario, the Tuesday stream. What do you mean by projects at Amazon? Excellent question, Ajan. What I mean by project L3 and L4, there's always projects, okay? If you're asking me how to be promoted or how to be noticed internally, you have to work on project. Let me give you an example. Projects could be if you look at your environment, okay? If you look at your current role right now, what's missing? What could you improve on? Turn that into a project. Let me give you another example. At Amazon, my most recent gig at Amazon was the Alexa org. I was a recruiting leader in handling all of Alexa platform. Meaning, if you look at all the Echo Show, basically the Echo group of family, all of the Alexa stuff, the engine, the platform, that was my baby. That's the biggest org of all. And I noticed that reading through a lot of the candidate feedback, like you guys, Amazon could do a better job with the customer. No, I'm sorry, customer, the candidate journey, right? Meaning, from the moment the recruiter reach out to you, I want you to have a good experience before you go to the technical phone interviewed. I want the interviewer. Oh my god, can you guys tell slowly going down? When you make a mistake in an interview, you poke fun of yourself, okay? When you talk to the recruiter, I want you to feel good and be prepared and know exactly how the phone interview is, and then the on-site and the follow up with you is every 2 business days. So that was the 2 and 5 promise as my last project. It level does not matter. You just have to seek for opportunity for improvement. During that time and even now, I've always been very customer obsessed. At that time when I was an employee for a company, my customer was my hiring managers, all of the stakeholders, and also the candidates, you guys. Also my team, the people who reported to me are also my customer because I work for them. They don't work for me. So for you, if you're an IC individual contributor, if you look around, what about the process, the current process right now? It doesn't even matter what you do for the FC, right? What could improved? What can you do to make that better? You don't know how to do it? Awesome. Now I want you to leverage someone that's more senior than you. Maybe an L6, wink, wink, wink. If you're an L3, hang out with someone who's a level 5 or level 6 so they get to know you. It's like, hey, I was doing this, whatever your role is, and I just felt that there's an opportunity for improvement. I was wondering if you wanted to partner with me on a project where we can improve this. I would run that by your manager and get his or her thought because you want your manager to know that you're actually thinking beyond your 8 to 5 job. Does that make sense? That's what I mean by project. I have so many example, guys. That's just the one. The 2 and 5 promise was something that I'm most passionate about because that's candidate experience. It's not just helping you land a job at Amazon, but because the candidates are also the customers. So my mind is thinking about 100 miles beyond that. You need to be able to impact at a large scale, and that's what I mean. Or maybe it is a software that you're using that you don't like it. Maybe it's missing that button for you to look at your result or calculate your math a lot faster for you. I don't know, right? Um, the second example I will give you right now, because you're in logistic or fulfillment, I had a really hard time generating reporting a matrix where I noticed that in my executive meeting with all of the hiring leaders, I'm allergy. Sorry, guys. And when I'm hiring leaders, I can't paint a clear picture for my stakeholder on where the gap is. Why are we not hiring people fast enough? Why are people moving through the recruiting pipeline so slow? And I can't generate the report that I want. So I had to leverage and figure out the best data analyst to help me produce that report. So that's another project, right? And trying to get that person to teach me how to use Tableau so I can teach my whole team how to use Tableau, team meaning my peers, other recruiting leaders. You see where I'm going? Project meeting is an opportunity for you to influence other to benefits your customer, internal or external. Think about that. It doesn't matter if you're level 4. It's extremely impressive if you're level 3 and 4 and you can come up with something like that. Wink wink. Punit, hello Punit. You are looking sick. I am sick, my friend. I'm very sick and I'm here. Well, at least you guys know now that if I cancel my stream, something big is hitting. It will make me feel better if you give me some coffee emoji. Okay? This live stream, I will eventually remake them into a shorter version because even my YouTube community member, I don't want you to find the timestamp. So I'm constantly thinking of ways to scale and make it better, which is why I have to focus on one live stream a week and not two because I need the time back to scale. Help me help you creating better, quicker, faster content for you. Thank you, Kathy, for the thumbs up. You know I always appreciate you. Yes, Penny, don't stop. Never. she, Penny is actually singing. You know the song "Don't Stop Believing." She's actually singing to us. Yes, Kathy is amazing. My community is amazing. Okay, Tahir. Hi, Holly. I have clear first round with Amazon. What is this? Amazon for FinOps. Oh, FinOps specialist. My second interview is on Tuesday, last Thursday, but I do not have more story. Can you help me with some story? If you want me to help you with story, I have two options for you. I can't, it's going to take me a while to help you like this. It's perfect for me to answer all of your questions. I will review your story for you right here as well. But there's two options that you can do. If you already are in the interview process, if you're stuck with your stories, just stop. Move either A, cancel your interview or move it at least a month out. You need bare minimum a month, at least a month to have the perfect story and being able to at least know what you sound like, okay? If you guys miss my endorsement video from Alicia, who is a mom who just moved from India to Seattle, okay? Um who has 4 years of experience, doesn't have an ounce of tech experience, a former VIP member as well. She did every single thing and she was up until 2 o'clock in the morning. Elizabeth, who is watching right now, another Amazonian, did the same thing. Also, parents, they never gave up. You have to treat your interview prep as a full time job. I recommend at least 1 to 2 hour every single day. Okay. Don't tell me you're parents. Many people are parents. Single parents, great. Many people are single parents to multiple children. Okay? You just have to force yourself to do that. Here's why. Let's just say that you prep Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Thursday, Friday, whatever day that you choose. You're gonna lose the momentum. That's why you have to do it every single day until you get the job. You gotta ask yourself, how badly do you want this job? Okay? Sure, you can re-interview on Amazon after fail interview, but I would rather you not fail your interview multiple times and learn from it. I made so many videos. In fact, I have a whole playlist on fail Amazon interviewed. Why my audience doesn't listen to me. They're going to go through the interview and then they're going to be back to me and tell me they have failed and then they landed in my VIP coaching. I'm trying to tell you to go straight in so you don't have to go through the hump of a failed interview because it takes you longer. Okay? It does. It takes you longer. If you haven't had a failed interview, you can get a job even within 3 weeks. That has happened. That is the statistic because close to about 60 people have done that inside my VIP coaching. Okay? The one that has failed interview in average, it takes them anywhere between 2 to 3 months by doing every single thing I've asked them to. I hope that sheds some light to you. If you are not ready, don't do it, the first recommendation is, if you can dedicate time. I'm a little hesitant to show you the video that's going to be released in the next day or two from a former VIP member who's a product manager at Amazon, where he said, what did he say? He said, you need to be able to take critical feedback very well from Holly. And you need to be able to pay attention to every single detail or it will not work. It's funny because the way how he described my VIP coaching is exactly how I describe the Amazon environment, which is I don't BS, I get to the point, I try to move as quickly as possible. But if you don't follow the instructions, you're going to get lost. You're going to waste both of our time. Does that make sense? I don't want you to waste your time or your money in working with someone like me. There's so many coaches out there. I don't know if you guys notice. Everybody is an Amazon coach now. Literally, a lot of people are. It's crazy. Because even if I'm editing my own video or in my own YouTube channel, it's recommending me to other creators who are Amazon coaches. I'm like, huh, I wonder where you got the 30-second elevator pitch from. You see where I'm going? So there's a lot of that as well. I would say that the free version is you have to look at every single video on my channel with the word Amazon on it. The second thing you should do is look on YouTube content, even Google content. There's a lot of free content. You don't even have to pay me, okay? Go do it because there's a lot of fantastic creator out there. I don't really explore other creators to say, hey, do this and do that, but find creators that can really help you for free. For free, okay? I also have template and guidance. I have so much meat in my channel as well to help you as a free version. If you have time, if you have a few months to prep, my Star Interview Accelerator is a digital course only where it teaches you how to write based on my question. It's in there for you. And there's also a lot of example that you do it yourself. Okay. The only thing that doesn't include is me reviewing your story and me mock interviewing with you, which is a VIP coaching. VIP coaching is perfect for those who have failed their interview or those who are already in the interview process. Okay. I hope that answers your question. I don't know how many times I have to say this, people. I don't know why all of you guys are interviewing when you got no story. This is crazy to me. Biswadev. Hello, Biswadev. How can we be customer obsessed? What is the anchor point in answer for this question? Thanks in advance. Well, let's hear from the community. Everybody, help our friend out here. How can you be more customer obsessed? The question is really how can you provide customer service? How could you provide genuine customer service? I'm going to rephrase the questions to you and pause for a second because if you can't answer these questions, nobody is going to hire you. It's delivering. Who are you delivering to your customers and what is the benefit to your customers? If you take a look at this, I know that you've joined late, right? Where is it? Right here? Right here. It's going to teach you how to be customer obsessed. That is a template you would want to download, okay, my friend? But let's all jump in and help our friends. How can we be customer obsessed? I would love to hear from you guys. Tell me. Comment below. I should be drinking ginger hot tea. Instead, I'm drinking coffee. This is a really bad thing to do when you have a cold. Moto says, past few days ago to final step, multiple person interview for engineering role. Any tips? Please do not repeat your question twice, okay, my friend? Any tip that is every single thing in carving out your story and knowing how to code if you're an engineer. You need to know how to solve problem with data structure and algorithm, which is big, okay? Engineer also have to pass design questions, how to build design solution or design architecture and architecture because Amazon likes to know if you are able to break things apart and rebuild them from scratch. Okay. An example will be how do you design system design related? How do you design Amazon Alexa? Right? How do you design Amazon Locker? How do you design Netflix? I don't know why they ask the Netflix questions, but that's actually part of the interview. It's public, by the way. Everything that I'm sharing with you guys, it's already been public. So I'm not going to share anything that hasn't been disclosed yet. Okay. I want to make sure. Holly, you are funny. What did I do, Sylvia? What did I do? That's funny. I feel like it's weird. I feel like I'm getting to know you guys, my audience, better because sometimes when I'm being more of me and being more honest and raw with you guys, then immediately I get a thumbs down or I get a volume of thumbs up. My goal is to attract the right audience for me. Okay, I get it. I get it. I'm not a cup of tea for a lot of people. A lot of people are not a cup of tea for me. There's good customers, bad customers. A lot of people what is called acquaintance, right? They come in, they ask their questions, and I never hear from them again. But my goal is to build the right community. My goal is a community that really genuine care to help me motivate other people like you guys. You see a lot of the job offer announcement. I also tell you to come in here to help motivate other people. Why do you think they come back to my YouTube channel? Now, there's a lot of them because of the time constraint. They're in Asia or other part of the world. They can't make it, but in general, there's a lot of them where I say, congratulations on your Amazon or Google offer. Please, please do show up to my live stream because you guys get wild when you hear announcement from other folks. Okay? And I know that for a fact, and that's why I've asked them to do that. Oh, senior finance analyst. Case studies. Well, it's not called case study, it's really storytelling, Kathy, okay? For senior finance position, the questions are all the same. I've helped so many senior finance professionals, so many, including finance manager and CFO, for example. The questions is all the same, is how you answer them. Okay. I'm trying to go to someone that I have not been able to help yet. All right, SS. I really want to thank you. Oh, this is a number 7 job offer today. Yes, thank you. You see that? If I were to cancel this live stream because I'm sick, I would miss out on the 7 job offer, and you guys, of course. Congratulations. First day is on Monday. All right. Thank you for coming in to sharing that with us. Hey Holly, I have an interview on Tuesdays and Thursday at Amazon. I need more story and crack it. If you really need that help and your interview is next week, my friend, go ahead and cancel your interview and move it to a month. You're not ready. Okay? I don't have a magic wand. I no longer take private coaching because the waiting list is a year long. It's not worth it for you. I can tell you this right now. If you really need my help, consider taking a look at the VIP coaching, which is right here. Okay? This is my VIP coaching. If you ask me what the link is hollylee.co/VIP. That is it. That's all you need. Okay? Alrighty. Oh, why did I do that? Peppo? Hey, Peppo. Is it better to give your best story for the first recruiter call or save it to the manager? When you talk to the recruiter, you don't give your stories. The recruiter's trying to figure out if you have the fundamental for the role. Okay? And a lot of the recruiters are very scripted. They're asking you questions. Are you authorized to work in the US? What is your role as, I don't know, I'm making this up. When you guys are asking questions, please, guys, be specific. The more specific you are with me, you're saving me time in not being so random like this and sounding like I don't make sense. Put a giant Q in your question. What role are you interviewing for? And what stage you are in? So my questions are very specific to you. Can you tell the kind of coach I am? I'm very specific. When you guys are not specific with your question, it's telling me that you're not specific with your answer. So you have to be extremely specific, okay? Save your best story for the interviewer. Okay, guys, I really have to go. I can feel myself not being able to make it. So I'm purposely scrolling through as quickly as I can. Very, very fast, okay? I want to show love to those that I haven't had a chance to yet. Pornia, I have my first phone screen interview for Prime Video. If you could please help me with kind of questions. Premier, go check out my Amazon Leadership Principle question and answer playlist. It's all in there. Thank you, Carolyn. Hope you feel better soon. I love it. There's a lot of pay YouTube member that don't say anything, and you jumped in to tell me to feel better. Pernia, what kind of questions prepare for the first phone screen? Everything that I just said. It's in there, guys. If you watch that playlist, I literally tell you how to prepare for everything. Sylvia, thank you so much for being my pay member, my VIP coaching program, and also the super chat. Thank you, girl. Caroline, Caroline, I haven't answered anything from you yet. Caroline says, how to best answer how many projects have I managed at a time? Oh, I love this. This is a priority questions. Um, I own smaller size. I answered three major ones at a time. It didn't seem good enough. No, 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 no. Let's pause. This is one of my favorite questions, okay? How do you prioritize multiple projects at the same time? Here's my answer, and you can have your own. I'm just giving you an can't talk, ad hoc. Oh my lord, help me! I don't even know if this makes sense. I can't breathe. Can you guys tell? So, the best thing I can tell you is how I was able to prioritize multiple project is to first list out in prioritization of the project and time frame. How is it affecting my business? Okay. Once I have that, it's important for me and my customer, in this case, internal customer, to be on the same page that the priority is going to be effective by the time spent on the task and also the ROI. How is that going to benefit to determine what the priority is? Rather than me trying to figure that out, I would have to leverage my stakeholder because those are my clients, my customers. That's how I do it. Okay. But even though things are not first priority, second, and third in that order, I still have to let my customer or stakeholder knows that the time frame that it will be completed, and the time frame from priority 1 and 3 shouldn't be that far away as well. Does that make sense? I'm pretty sure I could do a better job if you ask me the same question on Tuesday when my head is not pounding right now. Okay? Basically, how do you dive deep to figure out how to prioritize? How is this going to benefit your business? And how is that going to help you generate? Is it revenue? What are you doing in your role? You have to really dive deep to understand before you answer those questions. Do not give them all three at once or five at once, things like that. If you're going to say all three at once, great. Who did you leverage and partner with to help you execute? Because you can't do it on your own. Okay? Oh, here's job offer number 8. Ishfaq? Amazon Lux as a BIE. Yes, yes. Congratulations to you, business intelligence engineer. Congratulations. I heard Lux is a really, really good office to be in. It's one of the first international Kindle offices. Unfortunately, I never had the chance to go to Lux because I during that time I was working for Lab 126, which is Kindle in Lux as well. And during that time, they never sent me anywhere. Yeah, I did all my recruiting behind a laptop and my desk. I was told to go with her to meet my counter peer, but it never happened. Congratulations. Ishfaq, make sure you connect me on LinkedIn so that I can send you an invite to my job offer group, okay? Taha, the YouTube is available for paid member. It's on your screen. You can tell your visibility is different from the regular member. It's available as soon as the live stream is over. Okay. Yes, Kathy. Thank you very much. Every single thing has customer in it. You have to be thinking, living, and breathing how how you're able to benefit the customer at all time. Okay. And at the moment, whatever I just did, this is a new update with Apple. Here you go. There you go. That looks better. Thank you so much, Kathy. Oh, I love this questions from Tahir. Tahir says, As your suggestion, if I cancel or reschedule my interview will affect my recruitment. Guys, you got to stop asking me that questions because 10,000 people have asked me the same questions. Out of those 10,000 people, are you ready? 999 of those have failed. Basically, maybe one out of all of those people are able to pass the interview because they're not ready. Okay? No, it's kind of it's life. You know, people change their mind when they're not ready. Be honest with the recruiter. Tell the recruiter that you would love the opportunity to work for Amazon, but you would like to spend more time in prepping for the final loop. Um, let's revisit within a month. The reason why, if I were you and you have no story, you're so lost and so confused, you don't want to be that person that keep on rescheduling. Okay. I don't know because I don't know you. We've never worked with each other before. If you are completely lost and stuck, if your resume make no sense to you, then I would just say, can I get back to you within a couple of weeks to schedule the final date? I just wanted to make sure that I'm able to study in order to pass the job interview at Amazon while completing a major project at my work right now, or you know, with my company that I'm working for right now. Okay, so be very very fruitful and very mindful. The recruiter's job is to make hire to keep their job. Again, the recruiter's job is to make hire, so they will remember you because you made it this far. Again, one last time. Get rid of your scheduled interview when you're not ready, people. Oh my goodness. Everyone is asking me the same question, but you guys don't listen. It's driving me crazy. I am sick and it's driving me crazy. I'm just kidding. It is. It's like I don't understand why people are doing that. People, it's Amazon. They're not going anywhere. Have you heard? Amazon just in Seattle alone they just opened 12,000 job description. Yeah, yes, that too. 12,000 new job openings, okay? Just in Amazon in the US alone, they have over 40,000 jobs. Again, just in the US alone, over 40,000 jobs, people. Do you want me to repeat that again? So why are you so scared? Did you not hear? Everyone who comes in here that says I have an Amazon job offer, there's 7 or 8 of them today. Okay? A lot of people have failed their interview. In fact, 90% of them have. Your Amazon bar racer and hiring a manager, yeah, them too. They also failed their Amazon job interview. And they're bar racers, right? It takes times. It takes time to really get there and be prepared. Okay? If you're rushing things through, you're wasting your own time. Rakesh, rescheduling interview is totally fine, even if you need time to prepare. You can 2-3 week. They don't mind. Thank you, Rakesh. I can't tell you how long to push your interview out because I'm not you. I don't know what you've done to prepped, but I'm saying this right now. If you're that lost and that confused, and you're basically starting from scratch, I haven't seen anyone that's able to get a job in less than 2 months. The first month is to be more self-aware and have all the great stories that make sense, right? You're not rushing it through. If you write all of your story in one day, are you really going to remember all of that? And now you have to practice your articulations. If you have great story and you're not able to deliver them, you're not going to get the job. You're too long-winded, right? That's why it takes you time to get there. Okay? I really don't enjoy raising my voice. If you know me personally, I'm actually a very kind person. In fact, in my spare time, I just wanted to play puzzle with my son and maybe go on a bike ride and urban hike around Pike's Market or downtown Seattle. I'm a very at ease and easygoing person. But when it comes to my work, for some reason, my passion just takes the best part of me. I worked with a marketing coach before, um, previously, where they all tell me the same thing. My master coach as well. Holly, maybe you can work on your audio, the way how you present yourself to your YouTube audience. And I look at them like, what are you trying to say? What are you saying? I don't get it. I can't change who I am just like you, right? You can't change who you are for the interviewer. I can't change who I am for you guys because I'm looking for very specific community members like you who appreciate someone like me, who's very raw, who's very authentic, because this is Amazon. Amazon didn't make me this way. This is just who I am, which is why if I look back in my employer, I work for Google. Google is a fantastic employer who had spoiled me rotten, but I just don't really feel like I was a good fit because at Google, I just wasn't. I'm not able to voice my opinions as much as I did at Amazon, and that's what I want. Facebook, phenomenal company. Okay, spoil me and my son Ron. I miss all of the Facebook social hour that also includes daycare. Who does that, right? I love Facebook. I love AR/VR Oculus when I work for them. But again, it goes back to your personal preference and the ability to innovate very quickly, the ability to voice my opinion, and people are going to get it strategically. And that's Amazon. Okay. I'm not saying this because Amazon is paying me. Amazon's not paying me at all. Amazon is not sponsoring me at all whatsoever. This is not an Amazon channel at all. But when my audience like you is coming to me and asking you to help you with your phone screen tip, final tip, on-site loot tip, and all of that, it gets me exciting because that's what I built for Amazon. Okay. I've done something similar as well. I was in recruiting. I've been in recruiting for over 20 years, guys, and I come from a startup background. I know the environment you're coming from. My customer at the time are from like aerospace, mechanical engineers, like mechanical, what am I saying? Manufacturing, even company who built displays for hospitals and doctors. I've done everything. My very first job in the staffing agency when I was a lot younger, when I was a baby, I hired landscaper, general labor. Yeah, I did it. Me, I done all of that. Okay. 20 plus years ago when I started my career, I did whatever it took. Okay. Back then there's no such thing as LinkedIn or monster.com, and I don't even know if it's there yet. I remember going to the unemployment office because my job is to hire people who are mover, like moving furnitures for you, or furniture companies. Those are my customers. It's not even tech. People, I have no tech experience. I hire a landscaper who goes into your businesses or your personal home and they pay my agency. I work for a staffing agency that and all. I also did payroll because it's a mom and pop shop. You see where I'm going? So I've grown up from that, and it took me 10 years to land my first big break, and that was Microsoft, which I also talked myself into getting that interview. Again, I had no tech background whatsoever. I've never even hired anything remotely tech. You see where I'm going? So for all of you guys who are so anxious, who are not ready for your interview, I'm begging you, just get rid of it. Amazon's not going anywhere. 40,000 jobs alone in the US for Amazon. That was in September that was beginning of September of last month. By now, God knows how many open positions there are. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I believe that all of us are very unique. All of us have a specialties that are mold into an environment that will love and appreciate us and what we bring on a table. All of us have strength. Repeat after me. All of you guys have strength. I know that half of you are feeling so devastated right now because you're not landing an interview or you bombed a lot of interviewed. It's okay. Take that time and prepare and be well. If you miss and join late, I am running one live stream every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'll look forward in answering all of your questions then. For now, I need to keep me some honey tea and ginger to take care of this cold. Have a fantastic weekend.